Hey up and welcome back to Optelic Crypto. Today we're going to be able to look at the Bitcoin halving that is coming up in 5 days, 0 hours 2 minutes and approximately 755 blocks away. So what we're going to have a look at is historical halvings that have happened in the past. We've had two previously. I want to have a look at just what went up onto the lead up of a halving, and then post halving, whether it happened what happened a couple of months after it. Then I'll have a look at the Bitcoin chart and then see what could potentially at this halving coming up, and then see what potentially could happen afterwards. So stay tuned and let's have a look into this. First of all, I just want to take you through what the actual Bitcoin halving is, if none of you have either heard about it, know what it is, or what happens at an halving. So new Bitcoins are issued by the Bitcoin network every 10 minutes. For the first 4 years of Bitcoin's existence, the amount of new Bitcoins issued every 10 minutes was 50. Every 4 years, this number is cut in half. The day the amount halves is called halving or a halvening. In 2012, the amount of new Bitcoins issued every 10 minutes dropped from 50 Bitcoins to 25. And then in 2016, on the second halving, it dropped from 25 to 12.5. And now, in the forthcoming one, which is, 5 days time, it drops from 12.5 to 6.25. So what is happening, the miners are getting less rewards for the amount of energy they put into mining crypto. So what is the significance of a Bitcoin block halving? The halving decreases the amount of new Bitcoin generated per block. This means the supply of new Bitcoins is lower. In normal markets, lower supply with steady demand usually leads to higher prices. Since the halving reduces the supply of new Bitcoins and demand usually remains steady, the halving has usually preceded some Bitcoin's largest runs. On the homepage of CMC Markets, we also have the actual dates of the previous halvings. So the first halving happened on the 28th of November 2012, and the block reward went down to 25. And then the second halving happened on the 9th of July 2016, and then the block reward went down to 12.5 Bitcoins. And then the third halving, as stated here, is expected in May, so that's 5 days away. What day are we on now? So that's, let's have a look at my calendar. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So Sunday or Monday it should be happening, and then the block reward will drop down to 6.25. What's quite interesting or intriguing to me is the miners are going to be losing a lot of profit now. So, and they're still going to have a stack of Bitcoins to sell. When are they going to sell them? Are they going to dump them right before? Are they going to trickle them out on the lead up? Are they going to sell them all as one afterwards? It's just pretty much an unknown at the time. Some previous halvings, I think it was mainly the second one, dropped around 30% on the day of the halving. So that is not out of the question, and I mean, there's potential it could even drop further depending on how many Bitcoins are to sell. Moving across to the chart, we'll have a look at the Bitcoin USD. We're looking at the Bitstamp chart here. This one goes back way to begin. I think this chart goes right back to 2011, if not further. So what I want to do is have a look at the first halving, which happened the 28th of November 2012. And we see this candle here, so it's a weekly, so it's just slightly off. But so this is the first halving. And then instantly the week after it pumped. We had a slight consolidation for 4 weeks before it then started to move. And if we start to zoom out, what I've done here is I've put a price range from what happened and how many days afterwards it took to rise to its all-time high at that period of time. So over a period of 364 days, so pretty much bang on a year there, it's absolutely taken off. It did take off up to, what high do we have, $263 from 17. That's insane in itself. And then it consolidated for a good, what's that, probably about half a year to 9 months. And then again it just absolutely took off. And if you look at that as a percentage gains, that was a 9,155% price raise. And that's went up to $1,153. That's from what we had them levels there at 11.97 over a year up to that. That's just absolutely astonishing. Now if we look into the second halving and what happened during and afterwards. So it was the 9th of July 2016. If we find that candle, 25th of July, go back. So 11th, we'll take this candle here, and you can see pretty much straight after, in the weeks after, again it dropped. So we'll take that candle, let's have a look at the price range, drop it to that one. So straight after the halving, and the 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks after it, we dumped 32%, but then as you can see straight away, it pretty much took off again, and then once again, like the first halving, it went up to smash all-time highs, and that's what I'm thinking for the this coming halving. Over a period of time, it's not going to happen overnight, but over a period of time, I think we're going to get a very substantial rise once, or if we correct on the current price. So let's just have a look at what happened post-halving in the long term. So we'll take that wick, so that's when we started to recover and do a major rise. Just zoom out a little bit. You can see this rise is absolutely ridiculous. We'll just keep extending this up till we reach the top. It might be a way away yet. Let's keep going. God, I need a bigger screen. So there we go. To that top wick, that's when it peaked out. 19,700. Some exchanges had it slightly different, so I had them around 20k, but that was a 3,233% price raise. That is absolutely insane. And imagine if we saw that again, a 3,000% price raise from current prices. What was that down there? We was at $554, straight up to 20 grand. What a move that was. You can see we're down here now, so what we'll do next is just have a look at what I think could happen during the halving, and then a bit of a prediction going long term for Bitcoin after this. So now let's have a look at the current situation and see where Bitcoin is. We're on a little bit of a rally here from down. We picked down to 3,836 in March. That was a big drop, around a 50% price drop from current levels. But let me just have a move over to the daily. It'll give me a bit of a more accurate reading. Just zoom out a little bit on that. There we go. So currently we're up here, and what we're peaking at now, we're looking at 9,242 currently. And then what I want to do is just draw a Fibonacci on here. I want to take this level back here. There we go, on that wick onto here. So I am quite bearish currently. We have not had a drop in Bitcoin for over 7 weeks now, and everything that goes up must come down. You're talking over 150% plus since that low levels of $380. So we're going to come down at some point. And what's going on now with the current situation, the economic situation? The world is in tatters with coronavirus. Americans are printing dollars off left, right and centre. So what we need to do is have a look at the potential prices that Bitcoin could fall to. So in my opinion, this is not me being mega bearish, because I think the world of Bitcoin, I think it's going to be a massive year afterwards. But I'm looking down here, I'm looking 5,100, 3,800. There's people calling for $1,000, $1,800. But around this level, I think it's around $3,550. We have a CME gap on the weekly, which, I mean, it doesn't need to be filled, but a lot of time, say 90% of the time, these CME gaps are getting filled. So in my opinion, we're going to go to here. But leading up to that, I think, let's just have a quick look at the price drop that would be. That would be a 58% price drop. Remember the previous halving, it dropped 32%, I believe. I know that's coming up to double it, but the economic climate is just in tatters and all over the place. So I think we could see down levels. I've got some orders in down there, hopefully to try and scoop some up if we do drop, but if we don't, then I'm holding Bitcoin anyway, so no major loss, but it is a bloody good chance it's going to drop down them levels in my opinion. So, and then let's just zoom out and you can see some higher levels on a Fibonacci. Short term, I was going to say long term this, because the previous pump, let's just draw a quick date range on here. So let's work out where a year is. 300 and we'll go for that. So the last, the first halving, that took a year to make its long term move before its all time highs, and this is what could happen again. Bounce off here and hit this level, if not this level, and that's in a year's time. And if we work that out a percentage, that is a lot less than what we've had previously. Oh, wrong one. If you look on the, where's the price? So yeah, the price range from here up to there is, that's only, we'll call it 900%. 900%. The other previous halvings, it was 3,000 and maybe something like 5,000% rise. Can we see that? Yeah, 3,000% rise on the halving 2, and I'm 9,000% on halving 1. That is me being very, very conservative. A 900% price rise over that year. I could be a mega bull and see where would 3,000% take me. Let's just have a look for shits and giggles. This is what the second halving did. Imagine $123,000 Bitcoin. I'm not going to go up to 9,000% because that's just stupid, but that's what you could see. That is potentially what you could see over a year or 2 years. It's insane to look at that and work out them percentages to them, well, having one, having two, and then looking at that one. It's just absolutely crazy. So that'll wrap it up for me today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. That's my take on the halving and the potentials where we could go. So thanks for tuning in. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel if you like the content, and I'll catch you again next time. See you later, guys.